I think we're live. I'm just going to check
If we're live.
if we are live, if that's indeed the case. Not seeing anything yet.
Yeah, we're live. I can see it.
Awesome. Well, let's just wait for a couple of seconds, minutes to get some of our cool members on.
Yeah, exciting.
Well, this. Is there a way for us to actually notify people of this, that this is happening right now? Yeah, well, Ad is watching. Awesome. Cool to have you, buddy. Hey.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing well. We're still due a conversation. Abhishek is also watching. You're live. Yeah, thanks. Cool. All right, so yeah, let's just kick this baby off. I think. First and foremost, welcome to the live, guys. This is going to be a very cool training live where we go through the chatbot basics for like 60 minutes. I think I posted the schedule somewhere on the event itself. Let me just pick that up right here as well. There we go. Yeah, what we will be doing is basically going over the account level. That's basically after you've logged in, where you see all your chatbots installed, navigate to your account options and all that good stuff. We're going to showcase how to add a bot. We are going to briefly go over the dashboard and what you can find there. Then immediately hop over to the configure tab, where we are going to set up a greeting text, a welcome message, a default reply, and then briefly touch upon the refresh permissions button, and then touch upon the main menu real quick, and then we end with the Q&A. That's right, Fuzzy?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Cool.
We've been waiting so long to have live in the group. It seems that time came to do it, and we're very excited to start this live with you. It will be a good first experience, and we're hoping to actually do a series of live trainings so that our members also get like the right ways to do things. They have also a chance to talk with us, ask questions also about some of the things, some of their feedback, some of the things they would like to see implemented. You have the opportunity to do so. You have a right link with us. So I hope that you will enjoy this live training, and let's just start it, Stefan.
Yeah. It's going to be very casual. Again, like Fuzzy said, questions, we just ask them if you got them. From time to time, we check the chat and see if there are actually questions. I think there's only 4 or 5 people watching right now. Yes, Chris, we are live. Awesome. Yeah, let's just dive in right away. Bear with me, folks, because this is the first time we are actually using this software live. We did do some tests in a different group, and that went very well. But yeah, since this is officially live, there are bound to be some errors. Let me just check and see if I can share my screen. There we go. That was one of the bugs we found with this software, is that it didn't allow me to share my screen, so fingers crossed. Seems to be happening. Are you freaking kidding me?
It's not letting you share.
This is not cool. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can remove that Chrome extension right here. I hope that this live then will still continue. If not, then we'll be back in just a bit. Let me remove it from Chrome right now and just install it once more. Let's see. Share screen.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm not sure if it's good.
It's good. We're getting more people in.
Well, then they have,
There we are.
they have a good.
So
We'll have a good laugh to actually see us screw up. Let's see.
yeah. If it's not working, I can also share my screen using the webcam app.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
possible?
Yeah.
Let me just try this one first.
Sure.
And because it started working again. Okay, you're actually doing it already. So, after all, it was an AppSumo deal, guys. So, not crapping all over AppSumo right now, but sometimes these apps are a little bit dodgy. Okay, so I added the thing back. Let me try right now. Now, Fauzi, it seems that you need to share your screen, buddy.
Sounds good. Sure. That's
Cool.
not a problem at all.
Nice.
Cool. There you go.
I shared the password and
Yes, that's what I
yeah.
was actually doing. I was logging in into the account.
Okay, cool, guys. So for the ones that actually just jumped on, we are having some issues with the software we are actually using to share this stream with. I'm not able to share my screen. It worked a couple of minutes ago. It worked an hour ago. But Fauzi has a quick solution right here. So we're going to take a closer look at Fauzi's screen right now. And let's just dive in right away. So we're going to kick things off with the account level page. That's the page you're currently seeing right now. Let me just put myself right there in the corner, if that's possible. I think you have to narrate as well, because the moment I actually remove myself from the screen, the guys cannot hear me. So I will use the host chat inside so that you can have a look there. And sometimes I just pop on. Okay?
Sure, sounds good. So
have fun.
Thank you. We didn't expect that to be happening, but it's all good. So I know that we know that a lot of you guys know about the basics of creating a bot, but it's just a good occasion to go over everything over here. So once you log into Clever Messenger, this is the how we call it, the index page, where you see all the bots that you have connected to Clever Messenger. This is where you can also create new bots, and this is also the place where you can navigate to your account details, which are profile billing. You get links to our support. You get a link to the agency if you are an agency user. So I'm going to go first and show you these menus right over here. So you have the agency. We're not going to tackle this in this training. We're going to do it in a later one. You have the home, which is this page. Then you have the account level, where you have some details about your profile that you can edit. You have first name, last name, email, username. You can change your password, set up CC country, t-shirt size. This is needed in case we want to send you guys t-shirts, since we do that from time to time. You have also developer settings section for your account API key. And you have the data processing agreement for the GDPR. That is a good idea to look at and sign. You have the billing section, where you see all of your subscriptions. Here, I think this will not show anything, since this is dummy accounts that we're using here for this demonstration. But since you're live or a real user, then you see all of the billing happening right here, where you can upgrade your packages, cancel subscriptions, which is not a good idea, by the way. And you can just have a full control over your billing right here. Then you have a link to our support. You have the knowledge base, you have the status of services, and you have the community, which is the group which we are live in at the moment. And you have a logout button in case you want to log out from Clever Messenger. Now going back to the important area here, it is where you can actually see your bots and create them. So since this is a first time experience from a first user point of view, we have no bots set up yet. How we create a bot, obviously we need to create on the create bot button right over here. Then you get this model, which is a good way to also inform you if you are logged in as the right user, because sometimes we have users or customers that have different Facebook accounts, and sometimes they are logged in different account than their primary accounts. So this reminds them to which accounts they are actually logged in, and it's a good idea to check it. If you are not logged into the right account, then you should log into the right account, and you can just continue the bot creation process. After that, you're going to be granting permissions from Facebook for us to manage pages on your behalf, and that allows us to actually reply to your subscribers. So you can see all the settings by clicking on the settings if you just are curious about the permissions that you are given. If you just want to continue, just continue as your Facebook account. So once this is done, you get all the Facebook pages that are actually connected to your account, and you can choose any page that you want to create a chatbot from. Note that this will show only Facebook pages. This does not show groups, because only Facebook pages are the ones which you can create chatbots from. So as you can see, we have a lot of pages right over here. I'm trying to choose a page which I haven't used before.
You are not admin on that one yet, so let me just
please So in the meanwhile, Stefan grants me access to the admin into the page we are going to use for this training, since we want to create here a brand new, like an experience from the first user point of view. So let me know, Stefan, when this is done. In the meanwhile, I'm going to see if we have questions over here.
Good call.
Funny comments?
I think it's just a lot of people laughing with us, but that's also good.
Yeah, no stress, sure.
But there's no stress. There's just, I mean, these things are bound to happen, right? If you're testing things out for the first time. Let me just add you as an admin. No questions at all, though.
I see that there are no questions. Some helpful tips. StreamYard is a good apparently. Ecam Live. Yeah, 2 nerds operating streaming software. Cool. Awesome, cool. So let me know, Stefan, when the process is done.
Sure. Should be now. So you're an admin right now. So if you refresh, it should actually pop up in your stream.
Cool. So I will probably need to go to Facebook first.
Yeah, just connect again.
And approve the request, right? Since I need to.
Cool. Let's see. I'm staying on for a little while longer. See if that actually helps you connect the page.
Okay, so I invite you to become an admin. Okay, so I have a few pages here that I need to accept.
That's the one called Clever Chat.
101.
Yeah.
Cool. Accept. There you go. So I can just continue then the process.
Hey Joe, what's up? It's indeed amazing.
Awesome. Let's search for Chatbot 101. There we go.
Okay,
And
cool.
we click on connect.
I'm gonna minimize myself. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you. So while when you click on connect, a lot of operations are happening to actually create your bot. We're making a few calls to Facebook APIs to make sure everything is working properly. We also do set up a few things for you that you will have the opportunity to see later on. So the moment you connect your bot, you get redirected to the dashboard, which is the homepage of your bot, where you can see the bot's name. You have the category, you have the username if it's set. If it's not set, you get that little warning. You have the amount of subscribers, active people, and subscribed people, and you get this graph of subscriber statistics. Do note that we are working on a new analytics system, which will be powerful. You have also some data about your latest subscribers, latest chats, and latest broadcasts that you've made. So right now we haven't obviously made any, so everything here is empty. You also get these tasks that you need to actually complete in order to at least set up the basics of your bot. So we're going first to subscribe to our chatbot. It's a good idea. This is needed so that you actually make yourself it's like just granting your bot to talk to you so that you can preview stuff, you can send broadcast to yourself in order to help you with all the testing phases that you need to do with your own account before you put it live to a large audience. So it's simple to subscribe right over here. You subscribe to your bot, that's done. The step is done right over here, and you are already subscribed to your bot, and you can see that from the audience page. If I go to audience right over here, I should see myself subscribed. Okay, so it seems that I just got the message. That did not happen yet, but it should.
You can give it some time, man.
Yeah.
Maybe
Cool. So in the meanwhile, it
will
processes.
be done later, anyways, right? So
yeah, indeed, yeah. Cool. So here you have some things that will pop up as well, which is the NPS. We're just going to give it a 10 for now. So after subscribing to your bot, the very basic stuff is to create a greeting text, to welcome message, and the default reply. So a greeting text, you can think of a greeting text as not sure if you have better words to describe this, Stefan. Anyways, I'm going to set it up first. Then,
yeah, just set it up in the meanwhile. I will talk it over. So greeting text is basically the first thing your soon-to-be subscribers will see. So this is basically the first thing people see once they're about to enter your chatbot. So this is what we call the get started screen. So Fauzi, if you just can enter some text right there in the specify greeting text. We can do it without these steps. I mean, these things are not fully tested yet, and they will be automatically done from the checklist anyways. So you can make this as engaging as possible because you actually want them to click on that get started button. And what the get started button is something we'll see in just a bit once Fauzi is done setting up this thing, and then we will open up the preview. So now the greeting text is set up, he toggles it, and it's live. And this is actually what your users will see on their mobile. They will have a similar experience on Facebook and on Messenger as well. As you can see in the bottom of the phone, there's the Get Started button. That if they actually click on that button, they will automatically subscribe to your chatbot. But the greeting text Fauzi has just set up, I think I cannot see it perfectly. Yeah, you just highlighted it. It's basically that little snippet of text you set up right there. So you can actually make it as engaging as possible. You can enter first name tag, personalize it. You can add emojis there as well. Basically, any kind of wording that helps clicking on that get started button so that they can actually start and interact with your bot. Very often and a very overlooked feature. I think a little bit of good copy right there can definitely increase the clicks on that get started button. Do note that this is just one of multiple ways of entry into your chatbot. The greeting text is not always shown. For example, if a person clicks on the send to messenger button, comes in via a checkbox or via an ad, they usually skip the get started button and immediately go inside a series of welcome message or messages you point them to. But yeah, this is basically for the most basic of entries once they go to your Facebook page and talk to your page. That's when they usually see the get started button.
Yeah.
Sure, if you got something more to add, Fauzi.
Yeah. So I will not add more to what you said.
Want to demo this? And I need to
It's
minimize
very
it.
yeah, it's very important to actually, as Stefan mentions, to make this as engaging as possible, because it's what makes people click on this get started button, and from there they become subscribers, and you can reach them when you need to. So here you can see that after saving the greeting text, it got reflected right away, right over here. And if I click on get started, I will become a subscriber to my bot. However, before I do that, it's very important to let you know that once you click on this get started button, what fires is the welcome message. And it is what we're going to see next, which is the spot right over here. So welcome message is the message that your subscribers will see when they click on get started. And it's also a very important message because it's the first touch point between you and your subscribers. So make sure that this welcome message is also as engaging as possible and will not make your subscriber want to leave your bot. So as you can see here, there is the drop down for the welcome message. You already see that you have a welcome message created for you by default. When you create a new when you connect a Facebook page to Clever Messenger, we create a welcome message by default, so that's you can easily get started. So the moment you actually selected, it is saved and it actually starts working right away. Do note that you need to enable this toggle. If it's disabled, then even if it's set right over here, it will not be shown. It has to be enabled right from this toggle right over here. And you can, of course, preview it when you click on the open preview button. So to test this live as well, when we click on get started, you should see that the welcome message that we've set was actually delivered. And this was the first step towards engaging with your subscribers. Now, at this point, a subscriber will probably want to reply to your bot or type something like hello. And as you can see here, there will be no reply because your bot did not understand the request that the subscriber has sent. So we have a few ways to deal with this. So the most obvious way to deal with this is the default reply. So whenever your bot does not understand something and you don't want the user to just not receive an answer, you just want you want your bot to say something to them so that you keep that engagement, you set a default reply. Now here again, we have set up for you a default reply that comes by default with every page that you've set. And let's just enable it right over here. and save it, activate it. Then if I type now hello, I'm getting a reply, as you can see, which is "Oops, Fauzi, it seems I don't speak human that well yet." And we're sending an image right over here. So the default reply will always trigger a message when your bot does not understand a keyword. So here in this case, we have set it up in such a way that it is triggered every 12 hours. But of course, you can set it up in a way that it is always triggered. It is something that you can control under the flow itself. So just to get a sense of both the welcome message and the default reply that you have seen in action now in details, we're going to go to the flow composer, which will list all your flows and the details, their details. So to do so, we click on this magic wand and we click on flows. Then you can see all of the flows that are created here on your page. So you can see that there is a default reply and there is a welcome message. We can go to the welcome message first to see how it is set. So we have 3 cards here connected to each other, and 1 containing image and 2 containing text links to each other. We'll go back later in this training to see how you can actually create a flow. Right now, I'm just going to give you an overview on what was executed earlier. For the default reply, you can also switch from your flows quickly by using the drop-down that I've used right now, which is on the top. That allows for a quick switching between flows. So as you can see here in this flow, we have resume bot automation cards. We'll go into the details of this later. We have an action or a segment which is checking 12 hours. We call the segments this way so that it checks if that user talked to that page for the last 12 hours. If it's not the case, we tag that user with a tag called tag 12 hours, and we send the default reply that you have seen earlier. And then we actually, after 12 hours, as a delay over here, we do remove this tag so that if the person talks to us again in 12 hours, he will receive that message. But now if I talk again, that user will not receive anything because it's not within that 12 hours. Of course, if you want to remove this rule and you want to send always the same default reply whenever someone types something, we can just delete all these cards right over here. Make this the first card in the flow and just save this flow as it is. And now every time, if I talk to the page, anytime it will always trigger that default reply, as you can see over here. So that was a quick overview about what is created by default on your page. I will go back to the configure to show the rest of the page configuration. So we went through the 3 basic things that are set up for you right away. So you don't really have to do anything. You connect your bots, they are there, and you just need to enable them. Now we have...
Cool. Pretty clear to me, but perhaps I'm a bit biased. Let's see if there are any questions and continue because there is some delay on the live usually. Let's see if there are any questions coming in. Perhaps in the meantime, we can talk a little bit more about the pause responses while building out your chatbot.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once you do that, I'll monitor some possible questions.
Sounds good. Yeah, cool. So before I do that, I'll go to this right section over here and go over it one by one. Then I will end up with the pause responses and talk about it. So while we are on the configuration page, you have seen the left part, which contains the greeting text, welcome message, and default replies, which we set up earlier. We have on the right section of the configuration page a refresh permissions button, which is very important. So whenever your bot does not work properly or as intended, then the first thing you would want to do is click on the refresh page permissions button, and it will try to actually repair your bots. So sometimes Facebook drops the permission to from their APIs to Clever Messenger or to any app you actually use. If you change your Facebook password, for example, if there is a security issue, then Facebook tries to protect your account. And one of the things that it does, it also drops the permissions of your pages to all the apps that are connected to it. So when this happens, when your bot does not respond, for example, you would always want to click on refresh page permissions. When you do that, you actually get the same model that you've seen earlier when creating a bot. You click on continue as your account, then you get redirect to Facebook to grant those permissions. Then you continue as your account.
We got a couple of remarks. First one is from Marco, and I think he's right. We don't see your mouse, so we don't know
Really?
where you are clicking on. I
That's a
know
good.
I know that you're like a wizard. Perhaps you are doing it with your mind. Would be really cool to see.
That's
But
pretty cool.
Perhaps you can actually try it again. Indeed.
Yeah, I think that's because of the app I'm using. It actually just mirrors the screen. Let's see if there is a possibility to show the mouse.
Sure. Once you do that, let me just take a question from Ed right here.
Sure.
Ed is actually asking, what's the purpose of checking for 12 hours with the default reply? That was actually mentioned by Fauzi a little moment ago. Basically, what happens with the default reply if you don't add the segment and the tag, it will fire each and every time a user puts in a keyword Clever Messenger does not recognize. So what you can actually do with Clever Messenger, you can set up AI triggers, AI keywords. That's how we name them. And these words actually trigger certain flows or messages in your chatbot. Now, if a user actually puts in a keyword that is not recognized and is not matching any of the keywords that you specified inside your chatbot, the default reply will then fire. The check for 12 hours is basically there so that default reply is not sent each and every minute a person is sending in a keyword that the chatbot does not recognize. Yeah, I hope that makes sense, and I hope I explained it well. If not, I'll give it another try. Let me just check back with Fauzi and see if he got his mouse fixed.
There is no way to actually get it from the app I'm using, so you guys need to have a strong mouse-mind connection.
Perhaps you need to just tell us which button we are going to click.
Yeah, sure.
Let me just
Sure.
magic right here. Can continue, dude.
I'm still sharing my screen, right?
Yeah, you're still sharing your screen. There is like also a different color scheme going on. It's quite interesting. Anyways, just tell the guys and the girls over here what you're about to click on. It might be helpful.
Cool. So earlier we clicked on the refresh page permissions button. So we mentioned that when you have any problem with your bot, this is the button that you actually need to click on. Once you do that, you continue the process. Your bot should be working again perfectly. Then you have the other section, which is domain whitelisting. So this is an advanced feature. So if you are actually using capture tools inside your web pages, like the customer chat, where you actually have the live chats going on your website, you will want to actually have your domain whitelisted here, so that it actually displays the widgets that you create inside Clever Messenger. So this is to protect your widgets and not allow anyone to actually use them instead of you, who are the admin of that page or the creator of the chatbot. So this is also very important whenever you're going to use our capture tools inside your web pages. You need to have all of your domains whitelisted right over here. You can add up to 50 domains, and I think that's more than enough for one chatbot. You have the time zone settings, of course. You set up your time zone, and all of the times that are displayed inside Clever Messenger will take into consideration the time zone that you have set right over here. Here you have your Chatbot API key, so this is advanced as well, and we will go or we will tackle the APIs in another training. So the API key lets you actually perform advanced actions programmatically, and we allow you to do a lot of advanced stuff. We will go to that later in another video or training. And then you have the pause replies. This is also important, especially in the first time you are setting up your bot. So because the first time you are setting your bot, it's most likely that you are still trying to do things, you are still building your flows, you are in development mode, and you don't want subscribers to actually talk to your page and get things that you are still working on. So it's always a good idea when you are first setting up your bots to pause the responses right over here. The moment you do that, you'll see a big one in here on the top saying that your bot automation is paused, and you can activate it on the configure page. So you can activate, deactivate from the same button. So here, when it is deactivated, even if I talk to the bot, there will be no response from it, as you can see. So the bot will just be silent. So this is practical when you are actually building your bot the first time, or if you are also making some critical changes and you don't want your subscribers to see to get into broken flows while you are creating them. It is a good idea to just pause the replies until you are done with the changes that you are doing, and then you can activate it back again, and your bot should start working again, as you can see right over here. There you go. So these were like the very basics of setting up your bots that we went through at the moment. I'm not sure if you have any questions regarding this process. I'm going to switch the screen right over here.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, it's still showing Zulu, Marco. Nice. It's something on the to-do list for about a year now. But there's a lot of other cool stuff that are actually we actually need to tackle first. So that's something we are going to do first. If it's really that annoying, we'll bump it up to the list and get rid of the Zulu.
We should keep the Zulu. What's the problem with Zulu, Marco?
I think it's a long list, so it's something we can take a look at.
Yeah, we want to keep everyone happy.
Even Zulians.
Yes.
Right, so perhaps it's good to actually talk a little bit more about the local greeting text as well, because I think it really plays the same tune as the main menu we're going to slightly touch upon after this.
Yeah, that's a good call. So here at Clever Messenger, we allow you to set up your bots. All of the process of setting up your bots can be done in multi-language. So it starts with the greeting text. So this is the greeting text that is shown by default to all of the languages. It's the one that you put here on the top. And then if you want to create multiple greeting text for each different language, then you can do it right from the local greeting text. And you have all of the world languages. I mean, the ones that are supported by Facebook. You can set up any language. For example, we can go to German, because we have Marco right here with us making fun of Zulu. So how do we Dutch? This is German. So you can specify a greeting text for the German people. So this is a greeting text for German people. You can add, of course, personalization and emojis. You can add the first name, last name, and full name of people, of your potential subscribers. Then you click on save, and you see that there is here a greeting, local greeting text for the German language. And here, when I open the preview, the German people, instead of seeing clever chatbots greeting texts, what they will see is this is a greeting text for German people. So you can add as much languages as you want right over here, and they will take effects. And Facebook users who have this language set on their profile will actually see the greeting text that is corresponding to the language they have set. Now, I think we're going to tackle the main menu, which is the next on the list right over here. So the main menu is also a key part into your bots, because it allows for an easy navigation. As you can see here, we have created the bots, but there is no real way to actually navigate through this bot, through the different actions on this bots. So the main menu comes to solve this problem. And to create a main menu, we click here on this magic wand again, and we click on main menu. And first, you see that there is no main menu created. The list is empty, and you can go ahead and create a new one. So here, by default, you see that there is only one possibility for you to create, which is the all languages main menu. So the all languages main menu works just like the greeting text that we saw earlier. You have to set up first a greeting text for all the languages, and then you can set up local greeting text. And same here for the main menu. You have to set up first an all languages main menu so that everyone on Facebook can see it. And after you do that, you can create different menus for users who have different languages. So this works as a fallback. Once this is selected, we click on create, and we will be redirected to the menu builder page, which allows us to create our first main menu. So here we have a few options. We have the disable user input. I'm going to tackle this right after creating the menu. And we have disable menu and customer chats. We're going to tackle that also later. So first thing I'm going to do here, we're going to add a menu item. We're going to enter text. For example, visit our website. Then you have two choices over here. You can link this menu item to a flow from the flows that you have. For example, welcome message, default reply, or any flow that you create. Or you can link to a single message, which is a message inside any of the flows that you have. Or you can actually link this menu item to an external URL. So for example, here is our website. I can do https clevermessenger.com. Here you have the web view size. So this controls the size of the window that is displayed inside the mobile phone. So you have three different sizes that you can see here, which are the full, the tall, and the compact. And depending on which size best suits you, select the one that you think will do good. Here you have the enable messenger SDK. This is for advanced users only as well. So this actually opens up the URL inside Facebook itself, and this is an advanced feature, so we'll go and tackle it in another training. For now, we just leave this as it is, and we click on save. You can see here we have a live preview of our main menu. We already have an item right over here, which is visit our website. We can add another item. We can say, for example, start over. So if you want to take your customers back to the welcome message, in case that welcome message contains some actions or meaningful information, then you can take them back again if they are in another flow. Then I'm going to link this with the flow, and I will select welcome message, save it, and you can see that the main menu is also added here.
Yeah,
we can also add.
Jump in right there and just stress the importance of that start over button. Just by looking at our own chatbot, that start over button is probably the button that's clicked the most. A lot of people just want to go through a certain flow again or want to leave different details. As our flow is basically a survey which captures data like email addresses, phone numbers, and all that stuff. Um, Usually, what we see, they actually put in some dummy data, but then once they see the power of Clever Messenger, they actually go back and start over to actually provide their own real details, which is pretty cool to see. But yeah, it's basically all of these items that are inside the main menu are basically there for a user to properly navigate through your chatbot a little bit better. Because next to trigger keywords, buttons inside the conversation, quick replies inside the conversation, it's good to have a couple of static items right there that basically offers, a possibility to either start over or lead them outside of your chatbot to your website if you want to have them visit your website. Definitely put a start over in your main menu. It's very, very important.
Yeah. Thanks for the intervention, Stefan. So continue on the items. We can here create a third item, for example, contacting our support, and this can actually lead to a support flow or to your support desk if you do have that in a URL. Note that there is also the possibility to create submenus inside each menu, as you can see here. For example, contacts, for example, or we can have, for example, here support. Then we can have knowledge base, KB. Then we can have another item, for example, support desk. As you can see here, we also have this in the preview. We have the KB and the support desk. Now, this is a cool feature, which is adding the submenus, but Facebook is going to remove the possibility to add submenus. So you can still use it for now, but make sure that this is something that's going to be removed by Facebook. And when they do this, we also remove it from Clever Messenger. These submenu items also support the same actions that were shown earlier from the parent elements. I'm going to remove these sub items that were created here and just leave those two items. Once you are satisfied with your main menu, you just click on save. You have here main menu saved.
But I'm not satisfied. Can you do me one favor and just switch the menu items around?
Yeah, sure.
Drag
and drop. That's a good feature. Thanks for mentioning this. So just like here, if you're not satisfied with the ordering, you can simply drag and drop, and you can change the order of your items. This is valid for any item, even if it's a sub item, it can be a parent item, and you can do any ordering you want, even if you created the menu before in a wrong order. So if we go back to our chatbots, 101, Clever Chatbot 101. So notice that this is caching. The moment you actually create your menu, it doesn't appear right away in Facebook. It takes a few moments to do so. So to enforce the caching, you can also delete the conversation. It seems it takes more time. So this usually happens when you first create the main menu. It will cache, and it will take a few minutes to be visible on. It might take a few seconds or a few minutes to be visible on your chatbot. So we can actually continue the training while this is visible and we can see it. and it will actually contain the same elements that we have showcased right over here. And once we are progressing, we see that the basic tasks that we are doing are also getting crossed off the lists. So you also have this possibility to disable the user input. We'll show that later when the actual menu is created. One of the other things that we can do is create localized main menus. So after you create the all languages menu, you can actually go and create a new menu item for the language that for any language actually. So this is again helping you to create multi-language bots. So again, here we can select German from our list. Actually, I can already see the main menu over here on my mobile, so I can just go to refresh Facebook. So I can select German. And I create a different menu for the Dutch people. So, for example, here, because I know that my bots will not for now support or does not understand German keywords, then I can simply create a main menu here for that will, for example, send the users to support or whatever stuff. What you can also do is disable the user input and not even let the user. So I can send them to a German page, for example. And I can also disable the user input so that the people who talk in German don't actually have the possibility to reply to the chatbots. So if you just have a language that is not fully supported, you can just create links inside your bot, and those links will force or will enforce the user to go to a specific path instead of typing. Now going back to
What you can do, Fauzi, is also go to messenger.com. Just check.
chatbots. There you go. Now we can see the menu item. It was
There you go.
removed or created by, I mean, the cache took effect, and now we see the menu item. So we had two items visit our website, which took us to the Clever Messenger page, as you can see here. It goes to clevermessenger.com, and you have the other elements, which actually lets us start over and takes us to the welcome message, as you can see here. Now, if I was a German user, I could have actually, I will not see the inputs. I can do that in the all languages main menu right over here.
Cool, Fauzi.
Cool.
Mark was asking what language will be used if I don't choose.
Yes, that's a good question. So if you don't, the language that you don't choose will display the all languages. So the all languages is a fallback main menu. So the ones we specify will go to the menu specified. The ones you don't specify will actually display the all languages one. So here I can try to disable the user input so that you see how this works. I'm going to save the menu again. It will probably also take a little while for this to remove the cache. Chatbots 101. Yeah, this will take again a few seconds before it is taken into effect. So in the meanwhile, I'm going to do something else. And I'm going to show you the effect of the disable user input right after that. If you have any questions about the main menu, then please let us know.
Cool. Any questions, guys? Can be about anything we just discussed in this training. Hey, there you go.
Hey. Good
Nice
to.
going. Nice going, buddy.
Thanks. I hope that everyone is enjoying the session so far, and it's not hard or confusing.
Good question. I think Marco's the only one asking questions, guys. Either he's really dumb, or you guys are shy, are too shy. So it's one of the two things. So keep asking questions, guys. If it's all good, just smash that like button, give us some feedback, then it should be fine. Cool. Ed is saying yes, very helpful. Cool, man. Appreciate the
Awesome.
feedback. Trying to see if we did not miss anything about the main menu. Yeah, the other one is about the customer chat, but I think we do have to do another live about that as well.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah, so let me just quickly go to the
Sounds good.
overview of here. Because I do think we actually managed to do everything already.
Not yet. This was a quick pause to guess questions. So this is 1 hour already, right?
Yeah, but we did manage to do everything,
Yeah.
like the greeting text, the welcome message, the default reply, the main menu. Did you briefly touch upon the page permissions stuff? I can't remember.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You did? Cool.
Yeah. So trying to share my screen again.
Sure.
How do you do
Okay, Marco.
this? There we go.
Marco, we actually sent you a T-shirt. We never got you. We never got a picture from you wearing the T-shirt. So you still owe us that picture. Matter of fact,
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a T-shirt giveaway after the Q&A. It's quite simple to win, but more on that in just a bit. Actually, got it right here. So that T-shirt can be sent to you, and yeah, more on that in a bit. Let's see if we got some questions. If not, then let's just see if we can still talk about something.
Yeah, so regarding the disable input that we talked about earlier, as you can see here, when we disable it, we cannot talk anymore to the bots. You see here it says composite disabled, and here you have only your main menu to navigate. This is very helpful if you want to keep your conversations driven in a certain direction and you don't want open conversations to happen with your bots. Now there is also another trick.
So can you show it inside? Yeah, cool. Can
Yeah,
you
if
the messenger itself, not
yeah. Yeah, because as we saw earlier, on Facebook.com, there is a caching that happens on the main menu, so it's not reflected right away. There is also another trick for your menus to be shown right away when you click on save, which is going to Messenger.com. And once you do that, you see all the changes instantly happen, and you don't have to wait for cache for Facebook to clear the cache inside Facebook.com. So messenger.com, you go to your chatbot, and here you see that you cannot reply to this conversation, and you see also the main menu that was created by you. Yeah, you wanted to say something, Stefan?
No, yeah. If you're going to preview or show stuff, it might be better to do it on the messenger because your mouse is not showing in the window. Facebook is like very small.
Yeah, that's true.
So perhaps go over that disabled user input once more, showcasing the messenger screen so people can see it.
Yeah, sure. As you can see here, we are on the Clever Chatbot 101. And you can see that you cannot reply to this conversation, so the subscribers cannot type anything. And the only thing they can do is actually navigate through your main menu. So you can just have flows going on over here, or certain messages, or just certain links if you think that you can have a better support for this specific language from your website. I hope that was clear enough on the screen.
Yeah, it was very clear.
Cool.
It kind of bugs me that your mouse is following up, but that's something we're definitely going to fix
Yeah.
in next live trainings, and of course fix my end of the of this entire thing. But yeah, that's what happens. Guys. Do you guys got any questions for us? Feedback? Anything about the things we've discussed, like the welcome message, the default reply, the greeting text, anything? We're here now. We are able to answer your questions live. We just passed the 60-minute mark, and we're able to answer any of your questions right now for the next couple of minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Hell, I think we'll even stay on for as long as need be, um, just to get your questions answered. If there's no questions, then I would like to go over to the t-shirt giveaway, and you'll soon look very sexy as Fauzi, as you can see right there. Right there.
As Stefan, as you can see, as the other side.
So, yeah, guys. So, I guess there is a small delay. So let's just wait and see if there's still questions coming in. Otherwise, I'll jump right into the t-shirt giveaway. See. Yeah, Fauzi, this being your first live, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Pretty awesome job.
Thanks.
I think Brian just asked a question.
Mm.
Training on the widget? Question mark. Nice question, Brian. This is the basic training where we talked about the welcome message, the default reply, and the greeting text. Training on widgets, capture features, growth tools, and all that stuff is going to be featured in a different training. I think it's not going to be the next training, but we'll take a look at that. The next training, we actually want to talk more about the audience features, the live chat, and all that good stuff, so that you get a little bit more in-depth detail about that. Before we actually go over to the capture features, I think the flow composer actually deserves a little bit more attention. Ed is saying no questions at the moment from me. Any I had have been addressed. That's also cool. Thanks, Ed, for joining us live. I really appreciate it. Marco van Troba, there you are again. I think you're standing in the chat, buddy. So good. Will there be a training about the share template features? Plan to create bots for clients, partners that I want to share. Sure, there is going to be a training about that as well, live training. In matter of fact, I already started on the normal training videos everyone will have access to as well. We are doing these lives to actually get some of you people a quick head start on a couple of things, and it's a chance for you guys to actually talk with us. Give us feedback, see what you guys want added into the software. Basically, do a Q&A live so that yeah, we have some fun together as well. And that said, the share template features training will be done probably later because it's a more advanced training. So it will be in a couple of weeks. But I can definitely shoot a quick little video for you once this is done, and shoot that over if you want that as well. Cool, Marco. Awesome stuff. So someone's saying, I love how Clever Messenger grow last year. Well, that's
It was
cool.
Marco.
Yeah, Marco.
Thanks, Marco. Yeah, it's been
Yeah, I think you've been from the start, so that's good.
there has been a lot of progress, and of course, that will only continue to grow faster and
Mhm.
bigger. We have a lot of sweet candies coming for you guys, and you will love the next updates.
And Fuzzy likes his sweet candy, so you bet it's going to be very, very good. Awesome. Okay, guys. Final call for the questions. If there's no questions left, I'm just going to go over to the giveaway.
Thanks, Marco. You are awesome as well. Thanks for being there.
Cool. Yeah, I'm waiting for
That's really
the testimonial, buddy.
yeah.
Okay, guys.
Good to meet
I
you.
guess that's it for the first live training. I want to, before I sign up, guys, first I want to thank Fauzi for taking this over. It didn't go as planned, but that's how these things go.
That's how
Uh,
lives go.
that's where the savior Fauzi came in and took it over from me, which is good. Thanks for doing
Thanks.
so. Really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it, buddy.
Thank you as well for being there.
No, no worries. Um, yeah, guys, I hope you really like the first live training. This is the moment where I'm going to give away a T-shirt. This is probably not your size. I think this is an S. Yeah, it's not. This is size S, but I got more sizes available for everyone. I'm going to give away one T-shirt right now, and the entry is very very simple. I want you to post your best GIF to the comments section and a GIF that is going to make Fauzi laugh the hardest. So, uh, 20 in
That
the
will be
next
easy.
hint, anything with horses or crocodiles does very, very well. Um, also for the stragglers that are not watching us live, we are going to keep this comment section open for 24 hours. Then we are going to pick the best GIF uh, tomorrow, and we will announce the winner tomorrow by video as well. And then we'll hit you up and send a cool T-shirt to you. So yeah, that's basically it. If you want to win this T-shirt, hit us with your best GIF that is going to make Fauzi laugh the hardest, and it's going to be very very cool.
Awesome,
Um,
guys.
I guess that's it, Fauzi. Do you have any final words for now?
Well, what I would say is that I've enjoyed this live training with you guys. It was a really good first time experience, and I hope that we're going to have more of them coming up. I hope also to see more of you people there, more questions, because we really love answering questions. So just go ahead and yeah, do that. Thanks, Stefan, for being there as well for the good interventions. And again, guys, if you have questions, please contact our support. If you have uh, suggestions, do the same. And we are always here for you guys. And we just make sure to make your experience the best that it can be. Thanks for watching, and let's get in touch soon, I guess.
Sure. Sounds awesome, guys. Okay, great. Thanks for watching this live with us. Stopping it right now. Again, see you guys soon. And remember, hit us with your best GIF. Bye for now.
Bye.